So one thing you can do with a spreadsheet, I'm going to select the data off this problem, just so I'm granted there's not that many numbers to retype, so it wouldn't be impossibly hard to do that, to just retype that. But you know, I hate data entry. But what you can do is, I see how I copied and pasted it. I even grabbed the where is it? No. Well, I got open somewhere here. Is this it? No. Is this it? No. Yes, here it is. Notice how I just copied the whole table, and then I went to my spreadsheet and I pasted it in. Now, what happens? You know, I've said this before, and I'll do this again because some people, if you double click on the cell and paste it in, it's going to put everything in one cell, and that's not what we want. If you've copied it from the other thing you got to worry about, or sometimes happens, is well, we'll find it somewhere. Sometimes if you copy it the wrong way, I mean, it's got extra spaces. Let's suppose I don't know, let's see if it does that. Let's see if it messes up going this way, because I copied down and I pasted in fine. I just copied up. Let's see if it messes it up. I'm gonna try to paste it. No, I'm getting lucky today. It works. Sometimes when you do copy and paste it in, it comes out weird. It doesn't. It puts it all in the same cell or whatever. If it does that to you, just recopy it the other way. So, oh well, we're gonna find the stupid thing yet. If you copied it one way and it pastes weird, try copying it the other way, and sometimes that'll fix it. I mean, certainly easy than typing in the numbers. But now I still haven't addressed a question about how do I get these things into columns, because the applet's expecting columns, or even a spreadsheet's expecting columns. Well, you could do it with a spreadsheet without the columns. I mean, you could just do, you know, well, let's see, let me show you. I could do equals, let's see, this is looking for the regression equation. If I'm looking for the correlation, you just do correlation and then do, you know, the x's, comma, y's, and that'll give you the correlation. If you're doing, so that's the correlation. If I want to do, I wonder if it'll do slope. I've never tried this going this way. Slope equals, and you start typing the word slope and it pops right up. And whether you're doing a slope and when you're creating the regression equation, you got to put in the y's first. Let's see if it does this. Yeah, I think it did it. We'll go check it another way. And then for the y-intercept, equals intercept is what the spreadsheet command is. Intercept, here we go. And again, you got to do y's first, comma, x's second. Okay, so that does that. So you can do it that way. If I wanted to use a computer applet, like out at Rossman Chance or another applet, there's expecting the things in columns. So in order to avoid having to retype them all, see, I pasted it once into the spreadsheet. Now I'm selecting the cells again. Then you click someplace else. And then you do, here's the new thing maybe for you. Edit, paste special, transpose. And what that does is that takes those columns, makes them into row, makes those rows, makes them into columns. It'll actually go back the other way too. And notice it does switch it this way. Now the trouble with doing it this way, the number of cups of coffee is the explanatory variable. So you got to make sure you have the y values on the right for any applet. Then you can go out to Rossman Chance. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go use Rossman Chance and get rid of all these extra spaces, all these extra words. Let's see, let's get rid of the PP. Now when I paste that into Rossman Chance, it should be able to put those on the XY axis. Control C, and I'll link to this also, but this is just that. Where I went for this was, you know, if you end up at their landing page, just do least squares regression, and then it pops up this same applet. Clear out the data, paste it in, use the data, and lo and behold, coffee and people, show her the regression line. There's the equation. See, we're predicting people from the number of cups of coffee. People that he irritates based on the number of cups of coffee he drinks. it'll show us the correlation coefficient, it'll even show us R squared. Remember, this is just this number times itself, cancels out the negative, and it shows us that 81.4% of the, I know I'm getting in the weeds here, it shows us 81.4% of the change in the number of people he makes mad is explained by a change in the amount of coffee he drinks, and that 100 minus that, or 18.6% of the change is explained by lurking variables, which we don't know about. Okay, so that's how you use the applet for it, and that's how you do that transpose, that paste transpose. It's a great feature. See, I mean, just so you can see, if we go back, what if I want to put it back in rows? Well, I do click someplace else, I do edit, paste special, transposed, and look, it puts the coffee, switches it. And of course, we switched it, so it comes up. A cool trick, this special pasting transpose. Excel is Excel does it similarly, it's just located a little bit different place. Okay, hopefully that helps.